All right, so today we're just going to introduce you all to the Trueform Runners. First thing we want to start with are common mistakes that we see on the Trueform Runner and common corrections, okay? The elements of running that we always want to protect and always want to look for in our clients is where's their position head to toe? Can they be tall and hold that height while their legs are cycling underneath them? So the first things that we want to start with on the Trueform is how do we see somebody operate in walking, right? Can they hold themselves upright walking? And guys, right here on the flat part, you can stand and it won't move, okay? So stand with your arms at your hips. It's the safe zone for people, okay? But it's just like acceleration is important in moving forward, deceleration is also very important in controlling ourselves to a stop. So I don't like having athletes or clients jump off. Okay? I like them to control themselves to that point for a complete stop, right? That little element of deceleration can help a lot of people, especially when they're first getting to use the Trueform, right? So I want you guys to get tall. One of the easy ways we get people tall is hands overhead. And while your hands are overhead, contract the belly. Now without losing that contraction, lower your arms. And now without losing that contraction, start to walk forward. Common mistakes here. When people are trying to get their balance and coordination, they look down at their feet, right? I don't care how pretty the person's feet are. They don't get to look at their feet. It's gonna take people generally about 2 to 3 minutes in walking, depending, let's say they're just beginner skill level, to get a nice walking rhythm down, okay? Once they kind of show you the consistency of a nice rhythmic walk, have them increase their cadence. So their steps per minute. Cadence is something that you'll see during the portion of balance and coordination. It starts out very slow. You know, they're trying to stay balanced and upright. Once they show that they can stay upright, all right, let's increase the cadence, see if they can get that rhythm. Once you show me that you can add position and cadence together, I want to start picking on some of the fine-tuned things. Like, let's be more quiet. Keep your rhythm, keep your position, but quiet your feet up. So your ears are one of your best coaches. If you're quiet, it's a good thing. You're typically absorbing your impact in a more efficient way than if you were pounding or slapping. All right, guys, go to your safe zone, slow down, good, nicely done. So just that little bit of deceleration for a lot of people will make them buckle at the waist. Before you tell somebody to slow down if they're a beginner, make sure you prepare them for the decelerations. So now we're gonna go into a slow jog. Right there where it doesn't really move, I want you two to start just jogging in place, straight up, straight down. So even though you two are in the part of the deck that is flat, what's happening to the belt? It's just moving a little bit, right? That tells us that this belt is gonna move by placing force straight down. It's a little tricky, especially for beginners. One of the common mistakes is their eyes tell them, oh, there's the front of the treadmill. I need to reach it and then push back, okay? Well, we just proved that with downward force, you move the belt, which is the same is true for running on the ground. So that is something that you'll probably see most often in beginners and even elites, is overstriding. So if you see somebody overstriding, if you were to take a picture or a video of them, you're always going to see the chest going towards the bar, okay? You want it to happen in walking first. Tell them, hey, touch your hips to that bar. They try to drive those hips towards that bar. They can look down, but the head stays neutral. So I'm not looking down, right? Hips to the bar, and that stays true when they go into the run. Now, as you continue to slow jog, start coming forward on the belt very slowly. All right, now let's speed up your cadence. Speed up your cadence. So that's also one of the most common mistakes initially. Because it's a new platform, a new environment, it's very easy to go too fast too soon. One of the ways we can govern this is by breathing. In a skill building session like this, you two should be able to breathe solely through your nose, okay? And it should be relaxed breathing. So if it's not relaxed, Slow yourself down. On the Trueform, what happens when you start to lengthen your stride and increase your speed, it requires more energy for you to stay upright. Because as you come forward on this platform on the deck, it takes more and more energy for you to not bend at the waist. So as soon as you two start to feel fatigue right here, and you start to feel that the treadmill's pulling you down, you stop, okay? And you control yourself to your safe zone, okay? Start with a walk. At some point, walking gets awkward, right? When you walk to a point where it's too fast, you're like, I should just be running. So get to that point. Go ahead and speed your walk up. All right, so gentlemen, I want you to start doing higher knees, putting more force into that belt. It's okay to hear the feet now. Breathing in through the nose, for most people, is going to recruit lower abdominals in their inhale. You can definitely offload more CO2 expelling through the mouth. So that's typically where we start people. And a lot of people, especially beginners, on the Trueform, because it takes more energy to run on the Trueform, right? And it takes to run on the ground. You're pushing 65 to 70 pounds of rubber. So a lot of people, if they get going too fast, too soon on the treadmill, they're just all over the place with their breathing because this requires more energy from them. The last thing you want to do on a Trueform is get on it and go to your 5th gear, to your last gear right away. I would recommend you, in practice, strategize when this is in mixed modal, get on it, come to the front, and start relax. Let your body get it going. You are going to work with people that just using their body and receiving verbal cues, aren't going to make the changes that you want to see. They're going to continue to struggle with the balance and coordination. So one of the easiest tools to use is a light kettlebell and the dowel. So what we'll do with that is that overhead piece where we're trying to get them to stay tall. Overhead carry. So once that arm fatigues, they switch, okay? Go ahead and start your walk. Tense up that belly. Prior to utilizing the weighted cue, we'll do a very lightweight. So you're gonna do overhead. So you would just have them go through a minute or two of this, retest from the walk to run progression. If it's still not there, put a weighted load over their head. I love using video analysis. It's just such an easy tool for you all to use with each other, clients. I recommend side, side, front, and back. But the most common thing you're looking for from the side angles is that they're just not overstriding, okay? They're here, putting that foot down. As well as keeping the head up and not bending at the waist. Any questions, guys? All right, thank you.